Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, as I told you in my previous video, I was supposed to be traveling to temples with my family, but unfortunately, the plan got cancelled due to some or the other reasons. But a promise is a promise, and as I promised earlier in my video, I promised you to share the stories of Jewarki Masani and Bulaki Baba. Though I couldn't go there, I still managed to research on it. That's why it took a little long to post this video. And I still wanted to bring you the stories as I promised. So, without any delay, let's just get into it. Coming from a Brahmin background, these traditions were very new to me until I got married. I had to learn why these specific deities, Jewarki Masani and Bulaki Baba, hold such a powerful lock on our family's future. To begin meeting the guardians, we need to know who they are. So, the question is, who is Jewarki Masani? I'll try to combine English and Hindi wordings because ultimately मेरे को भी थोड़ा सा समझना और मैं पब्लिक को चाहती हूँ कि सारी की सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन क्लियरली जाए. तो जेवर्की मसानी जो हैं और शी ऑल्सो इज़ नोन एज माता मसानी और मसानी देवी. इनकी स्टोरी जो है फोकलोर्स में रूटेड है, जो कि ब्रज और हरियाणा रीजन्स में प्राइमरीली सिचुएटेड है, सेंटर्ड है प्राइमरीली around again Braj and Haryana regions. Uh, Her identity is actually like a powerful, protective, and sometimes fierce local goddess, जिनको healing और warding off evil spirits के साथ जोड़ा जाता है. कहने का मतलब इनकी शक्तियों को इतना उग्र रूपी माना जाता है और कहीं ना कहीं ये हमारे हीलिंग्स में हमारे को सपोर्ट करती हैं, हमारे को ईविल आई से बचाती हैं, इवन हेल्थ इश्यूज लाइक स्मॉल पॉक्स उससे वो प्रोटेक्ट करती हैं. वेयर द स्टोरी कम्स फॉर द मसानी. सो द नेम मसानी इज derived from Masan, the cremation ground, signifying her role as a deity who resides at the threshold of life and death, protecting devotees from dark energies or diseases like smallpox. So basically, मसानी देवी की जो कहानियाँ हैं वो कहीं ना कहीं उनको मसान से जोड़ती हैं. उनकी दो कहानियाँ ऐसी हैं जो मैं आज आपके साथ शेयर करने वाली हूँ. बट फॉर द टाइम बीइंग मैं आपको एक चीज़ और बताना चाहती हूँ कि ये कहानियाँ जो हैं ये बहुत लोकल रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिस के साथ कंबाइन की हुई हैं, क्योंकि प्योर स्टोरीज किसी की नहीं है और हर एक ने अपने तरीके से हर एक को पूजा हुआ है. तो मेरे पास यहाँ कुछ नोट्स हैं जो मैं एक्चुअली यहाँ शेयर करूँगी और एंड आई एम गोना रीड आउट लाउड, बिकॉज मैं भी नहीं चाहती किसी के पास कोई रॉन्ग इन्फॉर्मेशन जाए और वर्ड टू वर्ड जाए तो वो ज़्यादा बेहतर है, और मैं भी अपनी तरफ से बना के बोलूँ तो वो भी ठीक नहीं है. इसलिए लेट्स जस्ट गेट इनटू इट. So, as it was said earlier, the narrative often blends historical legends with local religious practices. So, there's this one legend known as the Sati legend. So, in some local traditions, Masani Devi is linked to Kripi, the wife of Guru Drona from the Mahabharata. It is said that after Drona's death in the war, she committed sati at a site in Gurgaon. Before doing so, she uh, blessed the spot, declaring that anyone who came here with the pure heart would be healed. And eventually, she became known as Mata Shitala and Masani. There's another story related to Jewarki Masani. So, the story is actually the story of Singha, a Bhagat of Mata. So, he's a central figure in her story. It was a devotee from Gurgaon who lived during Mughal era. Uh, he discovered, actually, he found an ancient idol of goddess buried in the earth. He started, worshipping her, offering her prasadam and everything. And Matarani was very much impressed by his devotion. So the goddess appeared in his dreams and granted him a touch that heals. So during the Mughal period, when many temples were under threat, it is said that the goddess manifested a fierce form to protect her shrine. She allegedly demanded offerings, including liquor and meat, to deter Orthodox Mughal rulers from entering her sacred space, creating a tamasic, fierce tradition of worship alongside the Sattvic, peaceful worship of Shitla Mata. The rituals and beliefs. So it is no, it is there's a belief that actually says that the devotees who actually visit Mata, uh, you know, they actually feel the healing. So the healing powers, devotees visit her temple, notably the Jevar Ki Masani Mandir, to seek relief from chronic illness, skin diseases, and to protect children from the evil eye. लोकल इम्पोर्टेंस इसमें ये है कि वाइल गुड़गांव वाज अ फेमस साइट द टेम्पल इन जेवर गौतम बुद्ध नगर यूपी is significant local pilgrimage point where she is revered as a guardian of the region. Coming to the story of Bulaki Baba. In folklore and local religious traditions, Bulaki Baba, also known as Veer Bulaki or Bulaki Maharaj, is often described as a powerful Veer or protector spirit closely associated with Mata Masani and Nath tradition. His story is often intertwined with both healing miracles and fierce protection. In Mathura, there is an ancient well known as Bulaki Baba Ka Kuan. Local legend suggests Bulaki Maharaj was cast into this well but survived through divine power. The water is believed to have miraculous healing properties for skin diseases and stones. There's also an Aghor connection with this. He is frequently revered as a manifestation of Masana Bhairav, a fierce form of Lord Shiva, who appeared in the Kali Yuga to protect and guide devotees through Aghor, means fierce practices. Some folklore identifies him as a son associate of Gojaji, the Jahar Veer, a popular folk deity across Rajasthan, Haryana, and UP. Now, how he is related to Mata Masani? So, there is a legend behind it, the legend with Mata Masani. A popular story places Bulaki Baba in a significant encounter in Agra at Guru Gobind Ghat. The deception. It is said that a powerful figure named Kamal Khan Sayyid once tried to trap Bulaki Baba at an Andha Kuan, a blind well, by inviting him for a feast. Uh, there was a divine support behind him, of course. So, to protect him, Mata Masani and Mata Kali are said to have accompanied him to the site. This story cements the bond between these deities in local worship, where they are often invoked together in chauki or jagran ceremonies. The role in worship, the Veer, warrior, hero. He is seen as a Sanatani Veer who protects against dark energies. In many households that worship Jevar Ki Masani, Bulaki Baba is established as the secondary protector of or tabedar, the commander who ensures that all other family deities and spirits stay in harmony. So, for the offerings, unlike the peaceful offerings for some goddesses, Bulaki Baba's worship often involves more intense elements. He is traditionally offered items like cloves, betel leaves, and in specific fierce traditions, sharab, the liquor, and meat, particularly to show his triumph over opposing forces. He is also known as the protector for children. He is frequently invoked alongside Mata Masani to protect newborns, young children from illness and the evil eye. So earlier I was very much worried about the fact that their rituals included animal sacrifice. But what's the connection of animal sacrifice in their worship? Now that's another question. The connection of animal sacrifice in the worship of Jewarki Masani and Bulaki Baba is rooted in Tamasic fears and tantric traditions of folk Hinduism. While many modern devotees have shifted to vegetarian offerings, the historical and ritualistic link remains significant in specific regional pockets of Uttar Pradesh and Haryana. Now, ritual significance and fierce worship. appeasing intense energy. Both deities are viewed as fierce protectors who guard the threshold of life, death, and disease. In the tantric belief, these ugra forms of divine are thought to require a life force or blood offering to be fully satisfied to activate their protective powers. The Vamcharya path. Their worship often follows the Vamchara, the left handed path of Tantra, where the five M's Panchamakra, which includes Mamsa, are used as ritual ingredients to transcend conventional social norms and connect with primal energies. Now, connection to Bulaki Baba, the animal sacrifice connection to Bulaki Baba. So basically, the commander's role as a Veer or protector, Bulaki Baba is often seen as the one who receives the fiercer aspects of the sacrifice on behalf of the goddess. In some local traditions, he is offered a goat or a rooster to ensure he stands guard against malevolent spirits that causes illness. Even though in today's time, there has been substitutions for the sacrifice in many modern households, the literal sacrifice has been replaced by the symbolic sacrifice of a coconut representing the head or a lemon representing the life force, a practice encouraged by various social and religious reformers. Now, the question arises, how did they become Kuldevi Devta of Chamars or Dalit group, also known as SCST in today's time? So, in the folklore traditions of Uttar Pradesh and Haryana, Jevar ki Masani and Bulaki Baba are revered as Kuldevi Devta by many families in Chamar or Jatav community due to combination of historical exclusion, spiritual protection, and regional folklore. The transition from general local deities to specific clan deities for this community is shaped by several factors. Number one, spiritual guardianship of the marginalized. So, historically, Dalit communities were often excluded from mainstream, the Sattvic or Brahmical temples. As a result, they developed deep spiritual connection with Ugra, the fierce folk deities like Masani Mata and Bulaki Baba, who were seen as protector of the village boundaries and the marginalized. These deities did not require high caste priests to worship, allowing the community to maintain their own religious autonomy. Number two, healing and survival. So, the Chamar community traditionally engaged in labor and leather work, often lived on the outskirts of the villages, where the risk of disease and evil eye were perceived as higher. So, Mata Masani is specifically sought for protection against cremation ground energies and childhood illness. And Bulaki Baba is viewed as the Veer, the warrior who enforces this protection. Families that experienced miraculous recoveries from sickness attributed to these deities began to adopt them as their kul or lineage protectors to ensure the health of future generations. Number three, the Veer tradition and identity. So many Chamar families identify with the Nath Panth or Siddha traditions, which emphasize inner power and protection over ritual purity. Bulaki Baba is often seen as a powerful Siddha or Veer who transcends caste boundaries. By claiming him as a Kul Devta, the community asserts a lineage of spiritual strength and warrior protection that is independent of the traditional caste hierarchy. Number four, the regional and occupational ties. Regional and occupational ties. Geographically, since both deities have major seats in Jewar, UP, and Gurgaon, Haryana, families migrated from these regions across North India carried their devotion with them, eventually establishing these figures as their ancestral deities. Now, worshipping style, the tamasic nature of the worship, which historically included animal sacrifice or intense offerings, aligned with the community's own cultural practices, which were often distinct from the vegetarian only rituals of the upper castes. Today, while many families have moved towards Ravidasya or Buddhist movements, thousands still visit the Jevar Ki Masani Mandir and Ma Masani Ma Chogana Mandir to perform Jat, Jat, also known as hair cutting ceremony, is also known as Mundan for newborns, confirming their status as ancestral guardians. This leads to another question. There was a question in my previous video that I told you that we'll be going to do the Gatjod ki Jaat. Now the question is, what is Gatjod ki Jaat and why it needs the presence of these deities, right? So Gatjod ki Jaat, often pronounced as Gatjod, is a significant post-wedding or post-childbirth pilgrimage ritual. The term Gatjod refers to the ritual knot tied between a husband and wife during their wedding, and Jat refers to the mandatory visit to the ancestral or protector deity, Kuldevi Devta, to seek blessings and formalize a new life stage. Now, again, what this ritual actually has in it, right? The ritual visit. It is the first formal visit a newly married couple makes to their family deity shrine. They must go while wearing their wedding clothes or specific ritual attire, with their wedding knot, the Gatjod, still symbolically intact and recreated for the ceremony. So basically, when we get married, तो generally क्या होता है कि ब्राइड का पल्लू और ग्रूम का पल्लू आपस में गांठ बांध दी जाती है फेरे लेने से पहले, राइट? सो उस चीज को जो है वो गांठ की बात हो रही है यहाँ पे, राइट? सो प्रेजेंटिंग द न्यू मेंबर, इट इज ऑल्सो लाइक जैसे अब हमारी शादी हुई, अब मैं एज अ ब्राइड इनकी फैमिली में गई, ठीक है? तो मैं एक न्यू मेंबर हूँ उनकी फैमिली का, तो मुझे एक एक होता है ना कि अपनी राजा के आगे आपको प्रस्तुति देनी पड़ती है कि हाँ ये मेरी वाइफ है या मेरी वधु है या मैं ब्याह करके इनको लेकर आया हूँ. सो प्रेजेंटिंग द न्यू मेंबर, द पर्पस इज टू इंट्रोड्यूस द न्यू ब्राइड or a newborn in case to the family's spiritual guardians. It is believed that until this jat is performed, the couple's bond or the child's life is not fully protected by the ancestors. So there are certain offerings that are done. So devotees typically offer prasad like cloves, sindoor, and sometimes perform a ceremonial hair cutting, mundan, as I said, for children during this visit. So why the presence of these deities is needed in the lower castes? The deep rooted connection between lower castes, specifically the Jatav Chamar communities, and deities like Jevar ki Masani and Bulaki Baba for this ritual stems from historical and social necessities. Excuse me. Spiritual sovereignty. Historically marginalized, communities were excluded from the inner sanctums of upper castes, temples. Deities like Masani Mata and Bulaki Baba often located at village boundaries or cremation grounds, and that became the primary high power they could access directly without the need of high caste intermediaries. So basically क्या है कि क्योंकि पहले के टाइम पे ब्राह्मणों में मतलब ब्राह्मण जाति को एक अव्वल दर्जा दिया जाता था जिसमें वो आप मंदिर में जा सकते हो, पूजा पाठ कर सकते हो, पंडित रहते हैं, राइट? लेकिन क्योंकि दलित समाज को परमिशन नहीं थी उस लेवल पे आने की, तो दलित समाज का जो पर्सनल कनेक्शन बना वो इन्हीं डेटीज से बना, ठीक है? इसीलिए इनको कहीं ना कहीं इन्होंने अपना कुल देवी देवता ही माना क्योंकि दे बिकेम देयर प्रोटेक्टर्स, नाउ गार्डियंस ऑफ द थ्रेशोल्ड. In folk belief, the transition of marriage or birth makes a person spiritually vulnerable. Masani Mata, a fierce healer, and Bulaki Baba, a protector veer, are considered the strongest guardians against the evil eye. And diseases like smallpox, which were historically devastating for laboring communities living in dense or peripheral areas. Now, coming to the ancestral recognition, for many in the Chamar community, these deities are not just gods but spiritual ancestors. Performing the Gatjod ki Jaat at these specific shrines is a way of affirming their own lineage and identity. Essentially, saying we belong to this protector and this protector belongs to us. Now, validating the bond. While mainstream rituals might focus on Vedic mantras, for these communities, the seal on a marriage is only considered official once it has been witnessed and blessed by Kul Devi and her Veer Bulaki Baba. Now, there's also a saying that you cannot have children until you actually go and do the jat. So, how does that work? Basically, in the folklore of Jatav or Chamar or other Dalit communities in Haryana and Western UP, The belief that you cannot have children until you do the jat is a powerful oral tradition. It frames Jewarki Masani and Bulaki Baba not just as optional deities but as the absolute gatekeepers of the family's future. The spiritual lock on the womb, the guarded lineage. In this belief system, the family's lineage is under the strict protection of the Kul Devi Masani and her Veer Bulaki Baba. If a couple does not perform the Katchod ki Jat, the ritual visit following marriage, the deities are said to lock or block the womb. This is seen as a divine reminder that the couple has not yet formally introduced themselves or sought the protection of their ancestors. Now, averting Masan energies. Mata Masani is the goddess of the Masan, the cremation ground. It is believed that without her blessing, the malevolent spirits from these areas could interfere with a woman's fertility or the survival of newborn. Performing the jat creates spiritual shield around the couple, allowing for a healthy pregnancy. Now, the role of mannat, vows, conditional fertility. For families struggling with infertility, it is common to make a specific mannat at the Jevar Ki Masani Mandir. The vow usually states, if we are blessed with a child, we will perform the jat and the child's mundan at your feet. The obligation. Once the child is born, the jat becomes a debt that must be repaid. Many believe that if this repayment is delayed, the child may fall ill or the mother may face difficulties in future pregnancies. Social cohesion. For marginalized communities, these rituals serve as a vital substitute for Brahmanical ceremonies. While higher castes might focus on Vedic rites for fertility, for the Chamar community, the approval of their own Veer, Bulaki Baba, is the ultimate validation of their family's growth. Healing miracles. Local lore is filled with stories of miracle babies born to the couples who had been childless for years until they visited the temple in Jewar or the Bulaki Baba well in Mathura. These stories reinforce the idea that the deities holds the keys to childbearing. In short, the Jat is viewed as a spiritual contract. By performing it, the couple transitions from unprotected individuals to protected ancestors of the clan, clearing the spiritual path for the next generation to arise safely. The locking or blocking of the womb is indeed viewed as a spiritual manifestation of ancestral karmic debt, also known as Pitrurin or Pitradosh. This concept suggests that the upcoming generation is literally tied to the unsettled spiritual obligations of the parents or ancestors. Here is how the connection is traditionally understood: the womb as a karmic threshold. In these traditions, the womb is not just a biological space but a spiritual portal. If the Gathjod ki Jat, the ritual visit, is not performed, it is believed that the account is not settled. The marriage and the potential child are seen as debtors. To the family's protectors like Jevar Ki Masani or Bulaki Baba, until the debt of gratitude and recognition is paid through Jat, the deities may withhold their protection, effectively blocking the soul's entry. Inherited vulnerability. The child born without this ritual protection is thought to be born with a spiritual burden. It is believed they will be more susceptible to the evil eye or the chronic illness because they haven't been formally claimed by the Kul, I mean the clan guardians. Now, tying the child to ancestral debt. The role of Bulaki Baba as a Veer, as a protector, he is often the one invoked to unlock what has been blocked. He acts as the intermediary who satisfies the karmic demands of ancestors, clearing the way for the child. Now, atonement through ritual. Performing the jat is seen as an act of atonement. By bringing the newborn to the shrine, the parents are paying off the spiritual debt or of their lineage, ensuring the child starts their life with a clean slate from ancestral curses or blockages. Now, spiritual continuity. In many Dalit families, this ritual is the most critical way to maintain a connection to their history and ancestors. Without it, the individual is seen as a rootless and thus spiritually weak. Now, if I talk about my personal experience, I'm still learning. Our marriage, it has been 3 years now. We have completed 3 years of marriage, and this visit has still been due. Even when it was planned, as I told you earlier, it was cancelled. बट एज वी से जो होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है, इसमें भी शायद कुछ ना कुछ भलाई रही होगी हमारे लिए, क्योंकि बहुत सारे ऑब्स्टेकल्स भी आ रहे थे जब हमारी प्लानिंग हो रही थी। कभी घर में कुछ बात हो रही थी, कभी गाड़ी जिसको हमने बुक किया था वो ख़राब हो गई। सो समथिंग और अदर वाज़ देयर, मतलब कुछ ना कुछ अड़चन थी जिसकी वज़ह से हमारा प्लान एक्चुअली कैंसल हुआ। और आई मीन इवन कैंसल भी हुआ, मैं कोशिश यही कर रही थी कि मैं सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन लेके आ सकूँ। अब मेरे पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस की मैं बात करूँ तो अभी मैं स्टिल बहुत ज़्यादा जानती नहीं हूँ, क्योंकि मैंने रिचुअल अभी तक देखा नहीं है। लेकिन ये सिर्फ़ इन्फॉर्मेशन वो थी जो मैंने एक्चुअली अभी तक रिसर्च कर पाई, जितना मुझे मिला, जेवर की मसानी बुलाकी बाबा के बारे में। गलतफ़हमियाँ थीं, काफ़ी दूर हुई हैं अभी। मैं आप लोग को बता रही हूँ, मैं साथ-साथ खुद भी पहली बार ही पढ़ रही हूँ, जान रही हूँ इसके बारे में। और अब देखते हैं हमारा प्लान कब बनता है। अभी रिसेंटली हम लोगों ने सत्यनारायण की पूजा करी थी। मेरी मदर इन लॉ का कहना था कि छोटी-छोटी पूजा करना ज़रूरी है, ताकि बड़े-बड़े कामों में कोई अड़चन ना आए, व्हिच मेक्स सेंस समव्हाट, बिकॉज़ सत्यनारायण ऑब्वियसली भगवान की लीला अपरंपार कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता उसके लिए, तो जो वो चाहें वही होता है। पर ठीक है, मैं भी सीख रही हूँ, कुछ चीज़ें और हैं। अब जैसे मैंने अपने पिछले वीडियो में भी बोला था, हर सिक्के के 2 पहलू होते हैं, अच्छे और बुरे। अभी तो मैंने स्टोरीज़ शेयर करी कि इसके पीछे क्या स्टोरीज़ थी, कहाँ से वो आए। नेक्स्ट मैं कोशिश करूँगी कि थोड़ी और देवी-देवताओं के बारे में कहानियाँ लेके आ सकूँ। शायद मैं हमारी एज़ अ ब्राह्मण, मेरी अपनी मदर की जो फैमिली जहाँ से मैं आई हूँ, हमारे वहाँ कुल देवी-देवता को ऐसा कुछ नहीं माना जाता, मगर हमारे इष्ट देवता भगवान शिव हैं। और ज कहते हैं कि जिसका कोई गुरु नहीं होता, उसका गुरु भगवान शिव होता है। तो अभी तक तो मुझे पता था कि हमारे कुल देवता सिर्फ़ भगवान शिव हैं, लेकिन जब मैंने पीछे पढ़ा तो शिवाय माता और बीराजी महाराज हमारे कुल देवी-देवता हैं। जिस अ, ज्योग्राफिकल लोकेशन से मेरी फैमिली, मेरे मेरे ग्रैंड-पेरेंट्स बेसिकली बिलॉन्ग करते हैं। अ, तो उसकी स्टोरी शायद मैं लेकर आऊँ नेक्स्ट। बट अगर आप लोग को ये वीडियो अच्छी लगी तो प्लीज़ लाइक, शेयर और कमेंट ज़रूर करिएगा। और कमेंट्स में ये ज़रूर बताइएगा कि आपका खुद का एक्सपीरियंस क्या है अपने कुल देवी-देवता को लेके, या आपके कुल देवी-देवता कौन हैं, ताकि मैं भी उनके बारे में थोड़ा और जान सकूँ। एंड एज़ आई ऑलवेज़ से, वी कैन ग्रो टुगेदर, लर्न टुगेदर। So, yeah, this is about it. If you like it, please subscribe the channel, and let's see आगे क्या चलता है, क्या मैं लेकर आती हूँ नेक्स्ट, क्या मुझे मिलता है, क्या मैं आपके लिए लाके दे सकती हूँ। तब तक के लिए बाय बाय।